What's up, everybody? It's Missy Barra, and today I am painting a river with waterfalls. North Carolina has always been one of my favorite places in the whole world, and we visited Three Falls, which is located in the DuPont State Forest of North Carolina, where it cascades over a rock ledge in the Little River. It's not that little though, but this is our beautiful bed and breakfast where we stayed, and it was precious, and they had the best breakfast ever. But anyway, we hiked here with my parents and enjoyed the trails and the spectacular waterfalls which have been in the movies, Last of the Mohicans and Hunger Games. Rivers provide so much, like drinking water for us, plants, and animals. They help keep areas from flooding, and we can travel on them by boat or floaty, or just down a rock like this. They are part of the water cycle and move water from the land to the ocean. And yes, that was me plopping into the river. But look at this. How spectacular. You know we have to paint this. Okay, so today I am using my beautiful paints. I will put a link in the description for all of these amazing paints, and I get them sometimes at Michael's and sometimes at Amazon. So you can click on the link in the description and you can order them from Amazon. And you can see a lot of different color greens, bright yellow, some black, some brown, some white, lots of paintbrushes, and then my photograph. I took this photograph, so I'm not stealing from anyone else. And I just did a really light little sketch, it might look like this, might not, and then I just paint. Okay, so I'm using my light blue paint to make my sky, and then different shades of gray, black, brown, white to make the rocks that the water is going to cascade down. Now you can see the direction of my paintbrush is going side to side, right? Because really the rocks are just going down and like they're stacked like stairs. All right, so I'm going to take a flat head brush and just add some yellow, some green, dark green, maybe a little black or black mixed with green, and create this beautiful bunch of leaves just from that beautiful forest all over the place. And this is the side that got more sun, so it's a lot lighter and brighter, so that yellow is really important. But shadows are important too, so don't forget those. All right, now we're going to the darker side where the sun is not shining so much, and we're using more black and more shadow over here. Now way in the distance are some beautiful pines, and so we're going to have a brush stroke that's up and down, right? Because they're tall and they're going upwards, so more of a vertical line. You can fill in this last part because it kind of overlaps those tall trees way in the background. And now adding a little bit more light and dark, some light and shadow really makes a difference. See, that black is just beautiful. It was a little bit lighter, so I added a little bit of the light blue, which is reflected from the sky, just in this tiny pond part where one of the waterfalls kind of settles into. Then there was just this little spot of sunshine on this gorgeous beige rock, and if you can see it right there in my photograph. And now it's time to do the waterfalls. I did let this dry completely because, don't want any of my white and light blue to get smudgy. And this is a gorgeous new brush. I just bought these. This is a fan brush, and it's just perfect for waterfalls. Watch this. Now on this last part where the water is nice and thick and rushing down, I made it a little thicker, so you do have to go get a little bit more paint every time because this brush doesn't hold a lot of paint since it's so thin. All right, now I'm adding just a little bit of light blue for little shadows in the water, and it's looking spectacular. All right, just a few more ripples of water in these little ponds at the end, and I think I'm done. I always come back and fix a little this or that, but this looks pretty good so far. I hope you have fun making your river and your forest and your waterfalls, and that you are amazing. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye-bye.